Hello and welcome to this episode. Now let's talk about the empty statements. By empty statements, I mean if-else empty statements. And why should we have if-else empty statements? Well, that may not be very intentional. In fact, it may be because of an error that you make. Suppose, just like the other episodes, we want to have this example of our grade. We want to check the grade of a student. Grade is greater than or equal to 60, and our block of code, and we want to print that the student has passed their exam. So passed, and that's it. So how can this if statement can become an empty statement if we make a mistake and we put a semicolon in here? Then this if statement becomes an empty statement. Basically, this condition will be checked, and if this condition is true, the compiler will think that there was a statement before this semicolon. So that statement as a blank statement, that will be executed. Blank statement will be executed. Obviously, blank statement has nothing that it can be executed. So what happens is that this whole if statement becomes irrelevant, and this printf passed will be printed regardless if the condition is true or if the condition is false. This printf will always be printf, and this whole if statement will become meaningless. So let's go and see the example in my laptop. So we talked about empty statements. Now let's go and see this in an example. Maybe I want to have my grade variable. Grade is equal to 75. And if this grade is greater than or equal to 60, then print that the student has passed, right? Passed. And that's it. This is a correct use of the if statement. We haven't made any mistake, and there's no empty statement. So if I try to execute this program, we will get passed, right? But now the mistake is that if you put a semicolon here after the parenthesis for the if statement. So if I put a semicolon in here, now you can consider an empty statement in this part. So the if will be checked, and this empty statement will be executed, and this block of the if that was supposed to be for if will be executed regardless of this condition. Now our condition is that if grade is greater than 60, which is 75 at this moment, this passed should be printed. Let's go and execute. Passed is executed. Now if I change this grade to 44, now this passed is not supposed to be executed because the condition is becoming false. Now because of this mistake that we has made, the passed message will be executed anyway. You can see the if statement became meaningless because we made a mistake and we put a semicolon in here. And that's it for this episode. See you in the coming episodes.